young man saw a discarded bathtub on the roadside and decided to put it into good use. He brought it home and started growing plants in it. Eventually, in order to nurture them, he started composting. Today, his family composts all their wet waste. Hello, I'm Priyanka Rachaya. Welcome to this episode of Property Matters. Abhiram, an avid gardener who is growing over 100 plants on his terrace.
On Facebook, I joined a group called Organic Terrace Gardeners, and it's a community of all terrace gardeners in Bangalore who share information about how to garden on an urban, scape. That's how I started about 6 years ago, and this is where I've reached. I brought in a few plants. The nurseries around here, they sell saplings of vegetable plants. So that's how I started with about 10 plants or something. I was really successful with double beans, so that gave me a little inspiration. Rest of the others are all trial and error.
His garden is special, not just because of his plants, but because of the containers and the watering system that he has established.
Reusing and recycling old materials, and it'll give you a lot of rustic look for your garden. I have a bathtub which was thrown somewhere on the street. It has a huge crack. I'm sure a lot of, when you have house renovations, people remove their old tubs, and so when they're removing it, there'll be a huge crack on the wall, so it's not reusable. So they just throw it. So I pick up such things, and it makes sense to plant a tree or something in that because it is literally a planter now. So I have two of those. One is a bathtub and the other one is a kiddie pool. I also scavenge tires from outside. If there's a tire thrown anywhere, I get that. I make something out of it. Even my lily pond is a thrown away glass. What is that? An aquarium. We have an RO system downstairs. The wastewater that goes out of the RO system, I collect it through a pipe, and there is a drum on my terrace, and the drum gets filled every day. So because we drink water every day, and so much water gets wasted. So that's another way of saving water. By the way, the plants love the wastewater from your RO system because it has a lot of minerals in it, which doesn't get into your drinking water, so it makes more sense.
Here's how Abhiram makes his compost and some tips and tricks from his learning.
Kitchen waste, everyday's kitchen waste, we store it in a plastic bucket, and we bring it upstairs. So this is the first drum. All of that goes inside this along with cocoa peat, and cocoa peat along with your kitchen waste that goes inside this. Remix powder is, it has active bacteria in it, and that is sold by this company called Daily Dump. And that 1 tablespoon of that, along with about 5 kgs of your kitchen compost and a couple of handfuls of cocoa peat inside. And this is the first breaking down process. What you're seeing here, all these worms and ants, is absolutely normal. This is how it is supposed to be. And if I dig inside, you will find a lot of larvae and other things. So this is the first process of breaking down, and after this will reduce until half of here in another 1 month, this thing. And then I take everything and I put it in here. This is my worm bin. There are lots of worms in there. There are at least 1,000 worms, and I put all of this inside this, and then the worms take over and they break down the whole thing into really good compost in another 2 months. So this is the process. So after this, pick it up, put it to your plant. Lot of water stagnation, stinking smell. So that's why you use cocoa peat. Cocoa peat helps you in controlling the moisture in your compost. And also, do not keep it in a closed environment. Keep it on a terrace, somewhere outside your house, in your backyard or in your front yard. That would be better, not inside the house. If you're in a balcony setting, in an apartment setting, balcony would be nice, somewhere in the corner.
Because of the compost, the plants have grown so beautifully that his family spends most of their time on the terrace.
My parents pretty much hang out on the terrace now. We hardly congregate downstairs. So whatever the meeting, lunch, dinner, everything on the terrace because it's so green, and it's a nice place to chill and to meditate or whatever.
Abhiram has a message to all those who do want to take up the hobby of gardening.
A lot of people think it is time consuming and you need to invest a lot of time in it, but that's not true. Only in the beginning, to understand how the process goes, you might have to invest a little time, but then slowly you will learn, and the nature will you know, go in hands with you, and then you don't have to do anything. Nature will take over. Don't worry, everything will be fine.
What? You two are heading to find a bathtub to mimic Abhiram's garden? Hang on for a second. Do like and share our video before that. Also, do not forget to subscribe to MBTV and follow me on Twitter for more such information. This is Priyanka Rachaya signing off with camera person Pragat. Please subscribe to Magic Bricks on YouTube and press the bell icon to get new videos.